Here is your long, emotional, engaging story, structured for a 40-minute YouTube narration, with smooth pacing, powerful emotions, and a cinematic flow. No headings, just long paragraphs exactly as you asked. We need shelter, please. Those words were whispered into the cold air by a little girl clutching her father's sleeve, her voice trembling, her eyes wide, and her hope nearly gone. She didn't know that fate had placed the right person only a few steps away, a person who could change everything. Viewers, watch till the end. This story will touch your heart, and if it does, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more life-changing stories that restore your faith in humanity. Only 6 months earlier, former Marine David Lawson stood proud and strong, working 2 jobs and raising his 7-year-old daughter Lily alone after his wife's passing. He had survived war zones, nights without sleep, and missions that tore his soul apart, but nothing prepared him for the slow, suffocating collapse of his business. A small repair shop he poured his savings into, his dream of offering a better future for Lily, had gone bankrupt when a major supplier defaulted. Bills piled up, the landlord pushed eviction notices through his mailbox, and every attempt to rebuild felt like punching through stone. In the end, after selling his truck, his tools, and nearly everything he owned, David found himself standing in the rain with one suitcase, a few of Lily's clothes, and the fear that he had failed as a father. For days they moved between bus stations, cheap motels, and shelters that were either full or too unsafe for Lily. David skipped meals so his daughter wouldn't notice they were rationing food. He kept her warm by wrapping his jacket around her tiny body, even when the cold stung his bones. Lily never complained. She only looked up at him with her mother's soft brown eyes and said, "Daddy, it's okay. We're together." And every time she said that, his heart cracked a little more. Their luck, or what little was left of it, ran out on a stormy night when the shelter they hoped to stay in shut its doors due to a plumbing crisis. Lily shivered under the flickering street lamp as thunder rolled behind the clouds. That's when she saw a woman stepping out of a sleek car, 2 girls beside her, all carrying boxes into a community center. Lily tugged on David's hand. "Daddy, maybe they can help us." David wanted to say no. Pride, his last armor, held him back. He was a Marine, trained to save, not beg. But Lily's voice was tired, fragile. He swallowed his shame, walked toward the woman, and softly said, "We need shelter, please." The woman turned, and her expression changed instantly, recognition, concern, and something deeper flickered in her eyes. Her name was Evelyn Hartman, CEO of Hartman Global Technologies, and one of the most influential women in the city. Her daughters, Emma and Sophie, stood beside her, both holding blankets meant for donation. Evelyn looked at David, noticed his posture, the way he stood like a soldier even while struggling, and then her eyes fell on little Lily, whose lips were trembling from the cold. Without hesitation, Evelyn stepped forward. "Of course. Come inside. You're safe now." Inside the warm community center, Evelyn's daughters wrapped Lily in a soft blanket. Emma, the older one, gently brushed Lily's hair back. "You can sit with us," she said, offering a warm smile. It had been a long time since Lily had felt kindness from someone her age. She leaned into Emma's shoulder and let out the quietest sigh, as if her tiny heart finally felt relief. Evelyn brought food, warm tea, and dry clothes. While Lily ate with the girls, Evelyn sat beside David. "How long have you been on the streets?" she asked, softly. David hesitated. "A few weeks. My shop went bankrupt. Lost the house. I'm trying, just haven't found another job yet." Evelyn studied him carefully, the disciplined posture, the quiet humility, the weight in his eyes. "You're a Marine, aren't you?" He blinked in surprise. "How did you?" "My father was one," she said. "I recognize the way you stand even when life breaks you." For the first time in months, David felt seen. Evelyn didn't stop at offering shelter for the night. She drove them to a hotel her company owned and booked them a room for a month, free of charge. No arguments, she insisted when David tried to refuse. "Your daughter deserves stability. And you deserve a chance to breathe." Over the next days, Emma and Sophie visited Lily often, taking her to parks, helping with homework, sometimes even having sleepovers in the hotel suite. The bond between the girls grew naturally, like they had known each other in another life. Lily laughed again, really laughed, and every time she did, David felt a piece of his broken spirit return. But the biggest change came when Evelyn visited them one morning with a stern but kind expression. "David," she said, sitting across from him, "come work for me." David's eyes widened. "I don't know anything about tech." Evelyn smiled. "But you know discipline, leadership, integrity, skills that can't be taught. I need someone to oversee security and operations across my facilities. Your background is exactly what I've been searching for." He looked down, overwhelmed. "Why are you doing this for us?" Evelyn leaned forward. "Because I know what it's like to fall. And I know that the right person pulling you up can change everything." The job didn't just give David a paycheck, it gave him purpose. Confidence returned to his stride. He worked tirelessly, quickly earning respect from everyone in the company. His discipline, honesty, and sharp instincts made him indispensable. Within months, he was promoted again and again. Meanwhile, Evelyn's daughters practically adopted Lily into their family. Whenever David felt guilty about everything Evelyn had done, she always told him the same thing: "Your daughter brought light into my girls' lives." They needed her as much as she needed them. But as the months passed, something else quietly grew, a partnership between Evelyn and David that neither had expected. They worked late solving problems, shared quiet conversations over coffee, and found comfort in each other's presence. David admired her strength, Evelyn admired his humility. Their children noticed it long before they did. Sophie even whispered to Lily one day, "Would you like if your dad and our mom, fell in love?" Lily blushed and nodded shyly. The turning point came one night when David received a call that the community center they first met in was about to shut down due to funding cuts. Without hesitation, he called Evelyn. She didn't ask questions, she simply said, "Meet me there." Together, they walked through the empty halls where their lives had crossed. Evelyn looked at him with soft eyes. "This place saved you. Let's save it back." And they did. Evelyn donated funds, David organized volunteer teams, and soon the center became a thriving hub for veterans, single parents, and homeless families, because they wanted others to have the same second chance they had been given. Standing outside the renovated center months later, David looked at Evelyn and said, "You saved me." She shook her head gently. "No, David, we saved each other." Their daughters ran around them laughing, weaving their small hands together like they were already one family. And as the sun set behind them, warm and golden, David realized that what began as a desperate plea for shelter had grown into something bigger: hope, love, and a future he never thought possible. To everyone watching, remember this. Sometimes the people who fall the hardest are the ones who rise the strongest when someone finally shows them kindness. If this story touched your heart, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us share more stories that remind us of the good still left in this world.